A typical Pokemon episode has several major elements: cute creatures, fun battles, a trainer of the day, and well,
to protect the world from devastation.
If you grew up with the Pokemon anime, chances are you got the Team Rocket motto burned into your head. Or one of them at least. Yeah, Team Rocket has had multiple mottos throughout the show, usually coinciding with a new generation. This started at the tail end of Advanced Battle, and since then, our lovable failure trio has experimented with different rhymes throughout the years. But which ones are the best? Which ones are the worst? And which ones will send you into a crash out upon hearing one more utterance of... We'll be ranking each of them on this tier list I made today. Link in the description if you want to make your own. And I felt that doing just the main ones would be boring and way too short, so I decided to add in some bonuses. It'll make sense as we go through the video. Some rules though. I won't be counting variations of the motto used in a random episode usually themed to the plot, since it's using the main motto of that gen as a base. There's also a few mottos where Meowth fills in for one of them, which I won't be counting for the same reasons. There's also this one in this episode, Lights Camera Quaction, that the director does, but it's clearly more of a parody and reference to his movies more than used for Team Rocket type purposes, so we'll just leave it off. With that being said, let's prepare for trouble.
Prepare for trouble.
Make it double.
Starting off with the OG, you can't really go wrong with this one. It's the one an outsider of the anime, or Pokemon in general, is gonna most likely recognize. It's also the most iconic one, being reused multiple times throughout the series. We'll get to these versions, don't worry. I feel like this motto is just overall the best showcase of their characters. The prepare for trouble and make a double part of it is a great grand entrance to what type of antics they'll do in each episode, and one detail I do notice when looking through the lyrics is how heroic it sounds for people who are supposedly evil. We'll get into this detail as we get into a later motto with a certain other Team Rocket duo, but it does show how much they want to be unique and stick out among the organization, paired with them not being as comparatively evil. The background music is legendary, really catchy, and has a threatening presence. It's kind of crazy to look at this more objectively, as it's frankly burned into my head so badly for having watched so many episodes in order, but man, it's just very well crafted, so it goes in the S tier.
And evil is old as the galaxy!
Sent here to fulfill our destiny.
On to Battle Frontier. I was watching this era of the anime as new episodes came out, and let me tell you, this new motto kinda jump scared me. It starts off as the typical motto with the first part, and then when it hits,
And evil is old as the galaxy!
then I'm all, what? This motto feels like an experiment, like the writers toying with the idea of having a different motto each gen to help give each of them more of an identity. I say test run because they didn't even change all the lyrics from the original. Denounce the evils and extend our reach are still in there, so it's in a bit of an awkward middle ground of different but not completely. Like, it doesn't want to fully dedicate itself to being a new motto. What carries this motto for me though is the background music.
Whenever there's peace in the universe,
Team Rocket
Is there?
The music carries over from the previous motto used in Hoenn, which is just the same motto as the original, but with this music, and man, it goes hard. Really doing a good job of selling the intimidation factor, especially with how big and grand the last one is. That alone carries us from a C tier to a B tier.
listen, is that a voice I hear?
It's speaking to me, loud and clear.
And now on to what I consider the first truly full change, the Diamond and Pearl motto. And this one really comes in swinging. New music and completely new lyrics. The music has a similar vibe to the previous one, but with a completely unique take. The opening tune has been burned into my skull since I first heard it. The lyrics are also a lot more poetic than before.
A rose by any other name's just as sweet.
When everything's worse, our work is complete.
The rose part always stuck out to me, maybe because roses I tend to associate with more eloquent things, but it always gave this motto a much fancier vibe to it. The poetic nature is gonna get worse as it goes on though, just warning you. For this though, I'd say it's a nice balance. Doesn't hit quite as hard as the original, but it's memorable enough for a solid A tier. Remember what I just said about the overly poetic nature becoming a hindrance and making the mottos worse? Well, we're already there.
Again is the question, so twerpish indeed.
The answer to come as we feel the need.
Now, the motto was the least of Team Rocket's problems this season. That being said, it's still pretty garbo. This starts a small trend, I say as it only applies to 2 mottos, that I didn't like. The word salad mottos.
Thrusting the hammer of justice down onto the black darkness of the universe.
What even are these lyrics? Ignoring how wordy they sound, they also sound way too try-hard. Like when you're 16 years old and trying to sound deep in a fanfic or some shit.
The fiery destroyer, Jessie.
This just sounds like an old forum username. I also don't get why they start it with "again is the question." Feels like it only works within certain scenarios in terms of how the average person would respond to them. It's not the worst in this regard, but the seeds of the problem of a certain later motto are starting to lay its roots so C tier.
Prepare for trouble, we're back for more.
And make it double using words of your...
Well, back to something familiar. Now, I'm the least familiar with the Gen 5 anime, so based off my own knee-jerk deduction, I'm guessing the shift to a more serious Team Rocket caused such a negative fan reaction that they pivoted back to classic Team Rocket, and that included the motto. This was the first time it was used since Hoenn, save for one use in Diamond and Pearl. Since the original was so good, it's gonna get a higher tier regardless. The DP music doesn't hit as hard with it though, so I'll give it a B.
Prepare for trouble, our middle name.
And make it double. It's a high-stakes game.
Gen 6 gets criticized for its heavy amount of Kanto pandering. I mean, come on. You get to choose a Kanto starter in X and Y in addition to that region starters. And well, let's just say the anime starts off feeling nostalgic at this time.
To denounce the evils of truth and love.
To extend our reach to the stars above.
The background music is very reminiscent of the original. It's almost like they want to go back to basics, throw in some flashy new visuals, and you get a mix of retro and modern. They do end up using the same motto visuals in a lot of episodes though, which gets tiring. You know, early on, they change up what they're doing during it depending on what the plot of them was, but here, it feels very samey, almost as a way to save time on money and animation. It's at least pretty though, so I can't complain too hard, and the music is nice, so B.
Did someone ask something? We're here to find out.
Noble answers are what we're all about.
And this one sucks. I don't hate Sun and Moon like some people do. I actually think it can do some really cool and unique things and has some memorable episodes. Even the motto's unique, in all the wrong ways. To illustrate my problem with this motto, I'll direct you to this lyric.
The beauty so radiant, the flowers and moon hide in shame. A single flower of evil in this fleeting world.
Okay, Jesse, you're trying way too hard to hit that word count. This ain't high school, girl.
The nobly heroic man of our times, the master of darkness fighting back against a tragic world.
Again, too wordy and too try-hard, and it almost sounds out of character. Like, this sounds like something I'd see on Wattpad in 2011 or something. This motto feels both too wordy and too short. It's literally Jesse's speech, James's speech, Meowth's speech, and a sudden ending. Don't believe me?
Meowth takes flight! Team Rocket, let's fight! That's right!
You end up feeling both exhausted and left with nothing in the end. Sadly, while there are some flashy visuals and cool poses thrown in, they aren't enough to save it from the dreaded blasting off again tier. It's funny, because literally everything else about Team Rocket this season is really good. Shame their motto couldn't reflect that well.
To protect the world from devastation.
To unite all people within our nation.
Unlike the last motto where the visuals weren't enough to save it, this one's visuals carry it. It's the original motto again, but this time we got some cool choreography to back it up. We get this cool, almost Fallout looking background, a little out of place, but then their positions in it make it look like the most badass movie poster. I also want to give a special shout out to their little choreography at the end. Really helps sell the theatrical side of them. It's not gonna stand up to the original, the background music is nowhere near as iconic, but the visuals are enough for me to feel generous enough for a solid A tier. So one thing I always hear is that Jesse and James have been saying their motto wrong. You know, they like to be creative. Even their uniforms stand out from the other grunts. But how does this motto actually sound? Well...
To infect the world with devastation.
To blight all peoples in every nation.
Yep, next are the Cassidy and Bob Ross mottos.
The name is Butch. Weren't you listening? I just went through my whole introduction.
Jesse and James's own in-company rivals. Now, what's commonly brought up is that the lyrics in their motto make more sense for the type of organization they are.
To denounce the goodness of truth and love.
To extend our wrath to the stars above.
They basically actually sell the fact that they are evil. While our main rockets go against that mantra with theirs, it's thematic really, showing that our main trio aren't really that evil deep down, and they're in this position more out of circumstances. If you know their backstories, you know. That alone is enough to push this motto up to S tier. So, did you know they had a Sinnoh motto?
A shrieking whine, a blast from the past.
Spinning like a gyro ball and moving fast.
It's not very good. Okay, so technically they had one in Battle Frontier, but that's a weird case where in the episode, the duos got mixed up with Jesse and James, so it was half the normal motto anyway, so it's not going on the list. This one here was used in their lone appearance in Diamond and Pearl, and well...
Here's a news flash from across the wire.
The real Team Rocket is now on fire.
So unlike their original motto, which feels like it's meant to be the actual one for the company, this one feels like they made up one just to be schoolyard bullies.
The true Team Rocket. Us, not you!
Like, no way every other grunt is going around saying this while stealing Rattatas. This one only works in the context of mocking another Team Rocket group, which while selling their characters, doesn't fit within the context of being intimidating to randos. So you're joining Alola in blasting off again tier. And to end this off, I'm going to do something fun. So it wasn't just Team Rocket members who performed the motto, but the very twerps they stalk too. Sometimes Ash and Co will be a little cheeky and approach Team Rocket with their own rendition of the motto. This happened several times throughout the series, so let's lightning round these. And the first time they did it was mid. The expressions on them are a little funny, but it mostly just falls flat. C tier. Now this is more like it. I love how they are so dedicated to this that they don the Team Rocket uniforms. Pikachu popping in during the Meowth That's Right part is a cute touch. And bonus points for including one of the best characters of the day in this, S tier. Ash did a pretty decent job doing it solo. I like how Team Rocket just does their parts of it while baffled, and Meowth popping in at the end is hilarious. Wouldn't call it the funniest use of it, but still nice. You're going in B. This one is similar to the Bye Bye Butterfree one, but a lot funnier. The twerps really get into their parts, and Jessie crashing out at the end completes it, S tier. This is like the last one, but more meh. Bonnie and Serena don't really have the same pizzazz with it here. I don't have too much deep to say about a lot of these, so here's a C tier. So despite having seen all of Journeys, I didn't remember this one until I started scripting this video. We got a dream one featuring these two from Professor Cerise's lab. It's pretty funny. I'm a sucker for dream scenarios, so this is already a plus. And the fact that it's Mimey and Yamper in it is so perfect. I do kind of wish they changed the lyrics up a little more, but that's not too much of a damper here. You're going in A. And there you go. There are a few I technically missed, but they were either just Meowth subbing in, or too off base like whatever these AU clones were saying in this XY episode. But as an aside, that might be a fun review one day. Some other time. So feel free to tell me your favorite mottos in the comments below, and I'll see you next time.